For our grammar lessons, we're going to be using a book called from McGraw-Hill called Top 50 Skills for a Top Score. And it's an ACT book. We're going to be focusing only on the English test, which is grammar. And so the first skill is subject-verb agreement. And this deals with past and present tense and plural and singular nouns. So a subject is always a noun. But you can have a lot of nouns in one sentence. And so the way I think of the subject is like in a movie or a play or a TV show, you might have a whole bunch of characters, but there's only one star of the show. And so the subject is like the star of the sentence. And this was an example sentence. And it's kind of a funny sentence, but it doesn't really matter what it says. We're just looking at the verb tense. So it was a Monday morning in 2006, and I am Kyle Tucker. So since right here you have the being verb was, which is past tense, then this being verb here that they're looking for an answer would agree, and it would also be was. So you can look at the verbs before and after to tell. Okay, and so each of these grammar lessons have a mantra, and if you know the mantras, then it will help you to remember the skill. And we will have several skills to look at. Let me see if I can find that. How many quickly? We'll do grammar 1 week and then vocab 1 week. So our first grammar lesson was parts of speech. We will have 16 grammar skills. If we get through all of them, hopefully. And I do 2 a week. So subject-verb agreement, what we're going to do is whatever is underlined is what we're looking to see if it's correct or not. There is something delightfully bizarre in the art of improvisational theater. Improv is like acting without a script. Not only being it completely unexpected and full of anxious excitement, you don't have to read everything. On a test, you're looking to just correct what is wrong. So the first mantra is, when a verb is underlined, trust your ear. When in doubt, identify its subject and make sure the singular or plural and tense match the subject. So the two things that you're looking for in subject-verb agreement is to make sure that the tense, is it past tense, present tense, etc., and then is it singular or plural, one or more than one. And so not only being it completely unexpected sounds kind of awkward. Not only being completely unexpected, not only is it completely unexpected, not only it. Now, if you go by what I said, you see here we have is. So number one, what would that be? You're going to have it agree. Number one. Okay. Number two, for me, improv was hard at first. Now, one thing you need to know is from paragraph to paragraph, you can change tense. So this is not necessarily wrong here. This is past tense. For me, improv was hard at first. Let's keep going on. And scary. So does that sound right to your ear? So F would be was. G is, for me, improv were hard at first. For me, improv began to be hard at first. For me, improv had being hard at first. So this one, number two. Now on the ACT test, they go, it's kind of weird, but they go A, B, C, D, and then they skip and they go F, G, H, J. So it would always be like that on the ACT, which is usually taken junior year is optimal. Some people who want to get a head start their sophomore year, and some people who are a little bit behind start their senior year. And the ACT is one of those tests where it's for if you are going to college. A lot of colleges require it. Some colleges now do not require it, so you would just have to see about your college and whether it required it. But it's a good thing to try. And Winton Woods High School offers it for free one time your junior year in the spring, but it's online. So Studies say that taking a paper copy does make it easier to get a higher score, but of course, taking it online costs less because there are the materials that have to be paid for. But one cool thing that is new is you take each test is pretty long, like couple hours. And there are 4 required tests, which are English, that's a grammar test, that's what we're focusing on. There's reading, science, and math. And science is more a reading test of charts, graphs, and tables. And then writing is an optional test. Some schools require it, some don't. And if you need to know how to take that test, I can teach you how to pass it, lickety split. But we're going to focus on the English test, which is grammar. And we will do 2 English lessons a week or 2 grammar lessons a week. And we'll do them every other week. And then the opposite weeks will be vocabulary. And so let's go on here. And scary. I've been in organized production since. So here, that doesn't sound right. I had been, and remember we're doing was, so we're looking for past tense. So be is past tense. I will have been, or I was. So both be and D are past tense, but the ACT likes you to just keep it simple. Kiss. Keep it simple, silly. So we'll keep it the same as here. So I was in organized production since I was 7. I want to make sure that I have that one. I wasn't, because I had been could be right too. So let me just make sure that I'm not telling you wrong on that one. Number 3. Oh, no, I had been. So a lot of times there's a good answer and a better answer. I had been in organized productions sounds a little bit better than I was. So 3 is B. Number 4, however, before my first performances, my heart would race as it did when I were 7. That doesn't sound right. We're going to keep it past tense, so there's your answer. Number 5, the nervousness that came from not knowing what I would say resulted in me groping about wildly. That one sounds right, so there we are. And number 6, what will work, however, are disregarding. That doesn't sound right. What will work? So we've got present tense, being, is, and has been. Without even looking at, let's see, without even looking, we can tell that that is the correct answer for number 6. Number 7, and letting yourself actually be listening and react. So number 7 is what we call parallel structure. If you think about like Winton Road and Kemper, are those parallel or perpendicular streets? If you have 2 streets that go the same direction, those are parallel. And so parallel structure is also called parallelism. Like if we say listening and reacting, the ing on the end is parallel. Or if we say to listen, to react, that's parallel. So we want parallel structure on number 7. And letting yourself actually be listening and react is not correct. Listen and react would be, listens and reacts would be, but listen and reacting is not. So let's see which one sounds better to our ear. And letting yourself actually listen and react to those around you, and letting yourself actually listens and reacts. So this is going to sound the best to your ear. Okay, so that one is complete. You will just put that into the Dropbox by answering the questions. So what I like you to do is actually write them down, but then also, because then you have a paper copy to study, but then also put them into the Dropbox. So that will be linked to your agenda. That's it for subject-verb agreement. Just remember that a subject is a noun, but it's the star of the sentence, just like the star of a movie. All right, thank you. Let's see if I can get this turned on.